I just recently sold the biggest painting I've ever painted, and I want to make a video explaining how I sold that and how you can apply those principles to your creative life because I know as being a creative person, things can be very discouraging, especially when you're sitting in your own space. I know most artists like me are introverts and you just get in your head, you don't get out there. It really helps even myself to watch other people's YouTube videos of their success stories to keep going and creating things because I know that everybody is wanting art. It's just a matter of the exposure you get. Everybody has to start somewhere, so this video is directed a little more towards the beginning of selling art because I recently have started selling my art. I've made art for 10 years and never sold anything, but now I'm starting to crack the code and I want to share that here of how I was able to sell that. And I've sold 8 other paintings this year, so I'm on a good roll. I want to keep going and getting better. Eventually, it would be nice to be able to be a full-time artist or even just to continue doing what I do. I'm pretty happy with my results this year and I'm going to document everything I do. So the biggest pain point that started coming up to me was I had all these paintings sitting around my room and I wanted to get them moving. I know friends and family, I've sold some paintings before this large one that I sold a couple months ago, but this one truly changed my perspective of just being an artist in general and what to look for and what people want to buy. So I put myself out there more. I made phone calls to local furniture stores and also interior designers. So a little bit of networking. And it only took one day of calling people and also meeting a few business owners that are local to actually land a sale. I didn't sell it that day, but I was able to meet up with him and we were to discuss a plan of what he wanted. And I basically sold the painting before I even created it. He's like, I got this big, ugly, empty space. I want something there to catch your eye when you walk into the building. So he gave me a little brief description of like what colors he wanted, and I took a picture. I looked at the pillows. I really wanted to match the furniture he had there because the goal was to make it all come together. I was also able to meet a few other people in person and talk to them, hand out business cards, and made a deal that I would just send commission to anybody that would land me a sale off of referrals, which is nice, either commissions or selling my art prints. So that gives people the option in other stores to buy local art because I'm actually in all these stores the only person that was able to put out art from a local artist, which they like to hear that. Everybody likes to hear local. So I did a lot of what you call door knocking and passing out business cards, but it only took a few tries to find this one guy that was really interested, and within a couple weeks I was able to get that painting. It was a 4 foot by 5 foot painting. I guess it's similar to that green one I had back there. He liked that one a lot as well. So that gave him an idea of what he wanted. And not only did it just take a couple weeks to get that painting done, but I also met another local artist. He set up an appointment. He was really nice to set up one with an art teacher that also paints locally. So we had a great conversation. I learned a lot from her. She's done hundreds, whatever, paintings for people. And yeah, I had a lot to take away from that just from putting myself out there. It taught me a lot of things because I'm young, I'm new. She had a lot of experience with selling art. And then when I got there with the painting, they actually criticized it a little bit. It wasn't very discouraging. I agreed with them. It was too dark, so I had to take it home for another week and lighten things up and get it exactly the way he wanted it, but this was a large painting, so I cannot complain at all. And I'm really happy that, I was able to learn from somebody else and hear another artist's opinion on that painting. All it took was half of a day of just going around cold calling people and passing out business cards to other store owners, and I got to meet an artist and I got to sell the biggest painting I've ever sold. So it was a very rewarding thing, and I look forward to doing more of that. I don't have much of a social media presence, so that is my take on it. I'm not super big into editing videos and going viral. I just like to stay more personal with my videos. This is a really great approach for people that aren't really big on social media. I don't know how to make a viral video. I'm practicing, but I can't rely on a video to go viral to sell my art. So I went out there and did something that has a way higher chance, because if you can meet someone locally, you're gonna have a way better chance than selling it online. People just want to seek for cheap, quick dopamine online. Not always are you gonna land hundreds of art sales. It takes some time, but it's definitely possible. Another thing I recommend, obviously have business cards, but have a website, some kind of portfolio that you can send people. I sent a lot of emails out with my portfolio in it and giving them a quick little description of, hey, I like your store, this is what I do. I even offered painting a mural for some people. I'd really like to land a mural sometime this summer. That would be amazing. But it's not really that hard. You just have to document a lot of things. Take pictures of your art and just appear a little professional. Nobody is going to tell you off. The worst thing I've heard is, "Oh, I'll take your card. Have a great day." It is not as scary as it seems, and people actually love local art or local businesses. People support them all the time. Show up to fairs, go to art shows, pass out business cards, set up a stand. Don't be shy. You are not going to get your art out there very much if people don't even know that you do it. It's crazy to say that, but think about how many people actually know you're an artist or you create these tables, you sell these things, whatever you do for your creative outlet. I'm sure there is a way, if you can be creative about selling it and getting it out on the market. There's always a way, but if people don't know that you're an artist, you're gonna have a hard time selling art. Get the word out there. Don't be afraid to be yourself. That is the truest and best way to do it. Please don't be afraid to leave some feedback or share similar comments if you've had anything to relate to with getting yourself out there, showing your art. Maybe I'm not the first one to come up with this strategy, but I would like to hear and see if I even help other people and encourage them to go out and do that themselves. Leave a comment below, and I will definitely help anybody out that has questions about doing this kind of process. I know it's a really unique approach, but I also think it's the best way to get in front of somebody and talk to them and be able to connect with like interior designers that are doing this stuff every day and decorating the inside of homes. I want to get with one that will actually match paintings. I want to like put together a whole living room or a dining room and paint the colors of it. But yes, let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed the video and the painting as well. Peace.